History repeats itself. I've told you guys in many videos that Marcus Garvey said, "A people without the knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots." Solomon said in the Bible that nothing is new under the sun. And Paul said in the New Testament that everything that is happening right now has happened before. Now, why are you saying this, Kevin? I've said it many times in many of my videos that in a life and death race war, not all black women, but many black women, they will side with white folks, and they will get a lot of you black men killed. And I've said in many of my videos that even though I was not there in the days of slavery, stories have been told about many black females called mammies who were responsible for the failure of slave riots and the failure of a lot of slaves to gain freedom. They're responsible for many of these slaves getting killed. They betrayed a lot of our ancestors. Now, to be fair, there were a few black men who were traitors too. But the bulk of the treachery came from a lot of these black females on the slave plantation. Now, I've always told you guys to observe, because nature never lies. Read and observe. Read and observe. And if you look at what I told you in the beginning of the video, that nothing is new under the sun, everything that's happening right now has happened before, just look at what's going on right now. It resembles what we read in the history books, in the history textbooks. Life is a cycle. Now, Oprah, she's one of these people who will get you killed, because she's helping to get a lot of black men killed right now. Maybe not by the bullet or a knife, but she's destroying them. And she has soldiers, oh yes. And it's not just Oprah. There's Robin Roberts, Gayle King, Jada Pinkett Smith. It's a whole lot of them out there, especially in Hollywood. We have some here on YouTube too. Now, I want you guys to listen to this bullshit. This bullshit explanation that Oprah gave about the whole Michael Jackson documentary. I got this from the Breakfast Club, but just listen to this nonsense here.
He said, in 25 years of the Oprah Show, I taped 217 episodes on sexual abuse. But for me, this moment transcends Michael Jackson. It is much bigger than any one person. This is a moment in time that allows us to see this societal corruption. It's like a scourge on humanity. So if it gets you, our audience, to see how it happens, then some good would have come of it.
Okay. So she's trying to highlight corruption, and the documentary transcends Michael Jackson. Okay. Alright. So if Oprah, I hope you're listening, you fucking bitch. If Oprah is trying to shed light on corruption, then why isn't she talking about Netanyahu over there in Israel? I mean, he got caught up in some corruption scandals over there. She's not talking about him. Oh no. I forget he's Jewish. You can't say nothing bad about them. Okay. So we're talking about corruption. Alright, cool. Let's talk about how a lot of black women, not all, but a lot of black women are railroading black men in the court systems. Oprah, aren't you friends with Nas? You don't see what's happening with Nas and Khalees? Don't you think it's unfair? That's not corruption? Oh? Okay, Jesse Williams. You know, his wife, she's taking his money. She wants to get a percentage of the money he earns. He had to pay for legal fees. That's not corruption? Kevin Garnett. Look at what his wife is doing. That's not corruption? Wow. Okay. So we're on corruption. Okay, cool. So Oprah, what about the Catholic Church? I mean, Michael is dead. Why bring up stories about Michael Jackson? He's not here to defend himself. But you have a lot of Catholic priests out here. They're still alive. Why aren't you guys doing a documentary on them? And Oprah, you love white folks. You surround yourself with white folks. You just love white folks. Why aren't you interviewing those little altar boys? Walking around with these fire butts. Yeah, fire asses. Because it's burning them from all those dicks they're getting from these cardinals and these priests. Oh, you're not going to talk about that? Right. Because they're not black. And the aim of the game is, or the name of the game is to make black men the enemy, paint them in a dark light, make them look like savages, tarnish black men. Black men, you are under attack. I really don't like Oprah. And she doesn't care about none of you. This female has been going after black men for years upon years. And I'm watching this and I'm like, the nerve of this female. She has no respect for you guys. So do you guys really think she's engaged to that Stedman guy? She's not. I'm pretty sure she's in some relationship with Gayle King. She doesn't like black men, folks. She doesn't. And she doesn't like black men. And I'm telling you, I think she's into women. Because there's no way under the sun you can be engaged since the Great Depression. She's been engaged to Stedman since the Great Depression. It's now 2019. And she's still not married. She's not into men. She hates men. What are you gonna do about it, men? You are the ones who join the armies. You are the one who go overseas and you fight the so-called enemies fighting for the so-called freedom that these people are enjoying here. You are the one who put yourselves on the front line to give these females the freedom to talk all this shit about you. Should I repeat? Let me repeat. Oprah and Gayle King and all of these females could not have had the freedom to be doing what they're doing against you guys if you guys did not join the army and fight for that freedom that they're privileged right now to enjoy. Oh, they really do appreciate you veterans. They really do appreciate you guys when you go in the army and come back with one arm, one foot, a half of a nose. Yeah. So you go there and you fight wars, and then you come back to have these same black women try to tarnish you, because this is not about Michael Jackson only. He's a proxy. This is about going after black men. Don't be fooled. Of course, they're trying to get R. Kelly, but these guys are proxies. They're gonna go after more black men. Celebrities, yes. The everyday brothers like us, yes too. What do you think this Me Too thing is about? It's not just about going after celebrities. So, you fought for freedom, and this is your payback. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace. History repeats itself.